And in this lecture, we'll be focusing on replacement of items that fail suddenly. So that is probabilistic method or probabilistic model. Let's get started. So this is the problem. First, we'll look into the individual replacement. Then the same problem we'll be looking into the group replacement, right? So this is the problem. The mortality rate, which is the worn out or kind of repair rate of a light bulb, certain type of light bulb shown in the table, right? So since I told you, the replacement of items that fail suddenly comes under probabilistic method. So you have got something like percentage of failure, and from that we'll be deriving the probability of the failure or something like that, right? So at week 1, 10 bulbs fails. At week 2, 25 percentage of failure happens. Then third week, 50 percentage is half the quantity gets failed, and fourth week is 80 percentage, and fifth week is 100 percentage. So at the end of fifth week, the entire 100 percentage of the bulbs gets failed. And there are 1,000 bulbs in use, and it costs 30 rupees to replace an individual bulb, which will burn out, or something like mortality rate of it, something like whichever is failed, it does incur 30 rupees per bulb. If all bulbs were required to replace simultaneously, it will be cost is 12 per bulb. That is something like this, an individual cost. Like if individual bulbs, if you replace, then you can incur something like 30 rupees per bulb. But a set of quantity, a bunch or a wholesale, they generally say wholesale price. So if you determine the bunch of bulbs needed to be, replaced, so that your progress, I mean your usage is pretty much constant. You will not have any stoppage of using something like that. So in that case, it will be replacing entire bunch. But in that case, in a bunch, it will be a bulb replacement will be just 12 rupees. That's a wholesale price. Right. So it is proposed to replace all bulbs at fixed intervals, whether or not they have burned out, and to continue replace burning out bulbs as they fail. So this is very important. At what interval should all the bulbs be replaced? So this is our problem. So this is the replacement strategy. Let's dive in. The initial step is common for both individual replacement and group replacement. The first step is finding out the probability of failure. This is the week 1 to week 5, and probability of failure P1 equals to 0.10. So this is something like 10 divided by 100. I can put this divided by 100. So that's the probability of failure for P1. Then P2, second week failure, it is 25 divided by 100. I think it's not that. This minus this. Not 25 is that particular thing, minus this divided by 100. Yeah, so that's basically the probability of failure at P2. And P3 is same. It is this minus this and divided by this and something like that. So this is how we calculate the probabilities per week, right? And probabilities, anything other than this, like for example, we only have fifth week. If we calculate sixth week or seventh week or eighth week and ninth week, it's all 0, right? So there's no probability. And P0, this is P1, P0, the week 0th week, the probability of failure is 0. So there isn't anything reported. So anything other than this is considered to be probability of failure to be 0, right? And the sum of all the probability. So when you calculate all the things, it should be 1. So then only it is correct, right? The sum of probabilities should equals 1. the basic logic. So this is common for individual replacement as well as group replacement. So first we'll get into the individual replacement. So this is the formula. So this is N0, which is 0th week. So 0th week, we have got number of bulbs is 1000. Say N0, we'll get something as 1000 bulbs. Right. Now, week 1, thus N1 is equals to N0 into probability of failure 1. So 1000 multiplied by 0.1 is 100. And in week 2 or second week, N2, which is we'll get a probability 2, which is N0 into P2 plus N1 into P1. I repeat, you can make if you make it in a notebook. So first you do is you type in N0 to N5, then you type in all N0s. Then you multiply the first thing by P1, P2, if it is N1, P1, it is N2, P2, N3, P3, N4, P4, N5, P5, plus if it is N2, we'll have N1. So plus N1 into this one, previous to P2 is P1, and this is N3. So we'll have N1, P2 plus N2, P1, N4 is N1 P3 plus N2 P2 plus N3 P1. Then N5 is N0 P5. So N5 and P5. Then when you increase N and decrease P. So N0 becomes N1, P5 becomes P4, and N1 becomes N2, P4 becomes P3, and N2 becomes N4. N2 becomes N3. Then P3 becomes P2, and finally N4, N3 plus 1 is N4, and this is P2, let's subscript plus 1 is P1, and we can have N5 because this is the N5. So that's how you make this particular analogy, right? So you can even take this particular table. This I just developed. Sometimes you might forget this formula. Instead, you can take out this thing. So in the row, you can take N1, N2, N3, N4, or it is a column wise, you can take like that. And in the row wise, you take the probability P1, P2, P3, P4, and P5. What you do is N1, P1, then N2, P2, then N3, P3, and N4, P4, and N5, P5, right? So you make this diagonal, right? So once you make this diagonal, then you have to calculate N2, P1, then N3, P1, and whatever is above the diagonal. Say in this case, this is the diagonal, there's nothing above the diagonal. So whatever this diagonal, you just multiply N3 into P1 here, N3 into P2 here, and so on, right? So this N0 value is N0, but N1, N0 into P1, right? So N0 into P1, it is here. So 100, it is given here. Then this thing, N2 value, the sum of this thing, 10 plus 150 is 160. So you can even take this thing. You can take this as the, mnemonics rather than this memorizing this formula, right? So both yields the same value. And take here is 1000 N0, and here is 100, and here is 160, and 281, 377, and 350. Right. So you can see there's an increase from 100, 160, 281, and 377, and there's a dip. Here is a dip. If it is like the previous case, when we might take this dip to be optimum, but we don't have any substantial evidence to show that is optimum. Let me show you. So if you this dip, yeah. So there's a dip here, like it increases and suddenly it falls here. So that's how it dips. if you see visually, right, something like that. So first thing, we'll be looking into the individual replacement cost, which is average life of a bulb M equals to I into PI. So I is this week 1, week 2, week 3 and 4, I into PI. So 1 into zero point 0.1 plus 2 into 0.15 plus 3 into 0.25 plus 4 into 0.30 plus 5 into 0.20. So that is the average life of a bulb equals to M. That's a factor called M. It says 3.35 weeks. So that's a pretty good thing. Then average number of replacement every year. That is N0 divided by this M, which is 1000 divided by 3.35. So that is 299 bulbs. So which means you need to replace 299 bulbs, and the average cost of individual replacement is 299 into 30. So this is typically a factor that is pretty much important. So 8,955 is the cost of individual replacements. Next, we'll talk about group replacement, and the cost of replacement per bulb in a wholesale price or in a group replacement is just 12, which is pretty much less than this 30 rupees, because individually if you buy it incur money, but if you buy in a wholesale price they might offer you discount, so that's why it is 12 rupees per bulb. Right. So this is the formula. First, we'll lay down week 1, week in a column wise, like week 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Then we'll find total cost of replacement. This is the formula actually, N0 into 12, so which is the 1000 bulbs multiplied by the individual cost plus N1 P1 30 for week 1. Then in the next week, it is N1 P1 plus N2 P1 plus N2 P2 into 30. So this formula is also derived from this thing. Say in the first week, we'll be calculating with 1000 bulbs multiplied by 12 plus this thing N1 P1 or you can even take this, very important, multiplied by 30. So some you do it individually, monode bulbs individually. So that's the factor, which is 15,000. So the total cost in the week 1 is 15,000, and the average cost is total cost divided by the week. So 15,000 divided by 1 is 15,000. And in the next case, which is also the same, the formula remains the same, 1000 into 12 plus sum of this thing, like this week plus this week. That's why this table is pretty useful. Multiplied by 30. Yes. So it is 19,800. So this is 19,800 divided by 2 will give us the average cost. And let's take this particular week number 4. This is also the same formula, and 1000 into 12 plus this. I think I can put it like sum of this week. Right? 30. 30 is the cost of individual replacement. So it is 39543. It is 39543 divided by 4, which is 9886. Take a look at this. Okay. I can round off to near decimal places. So that's the average cost. Right. So from this case, if you see the minimum of it, right? The minimum of this is 9410. So which means that at week 4, you have got this particular cost, and this is the optimal value. So in a group replacement, in a group replacement, so the average cost of group replacement is this thing, 9410, right? So this is pretty heavier than the individual replacement. So in this case, individual replacements shows much promising result because you have got incurred lesser average cost when compared to the maximum average cost, right? So sometimes group replacement can yield you better results than the individual replacement. Right? So this completes the replacement strategy.